Good day. Time to belt on a gladius, pick up a pilum, and have to scoot 'em, and head back to the heady days of ancient Rome, and rip and tear. So what do you get when a ship illegally transporting a 20% different xenomorph crashes near ancient Rome? You get one of the most epic alien-derived books of all time. Since the release of Alien back in '79, there have been numerous derivative works released, all trying to capitalize on its popularity and try and get some of that sweet, sweet Xeno dosh. Usually these alien wannabes are obvious cash grabs, or crap grabs, or in the case of the infamous Galaxy of Terror, crotch grabs. Okay, that was kind of crappy, but moving on. Few writers really understood what made the alien scary, and few tried to put their own stamp upon it. Enter the legendary David Drake. I have already reviewed one of his books previously on the channel and had nothing but good things to say about it. David Drake is most well known for his work in the Hammers Slammers series. Old Dave is a hardcore writer. He won't try to sugarcoat bad shit. His Hammer Slammer stuff tries to be true to life, and true to life, war and battle are hardcore. Here we got Dave teaming up with Karl Edward Wagner, a dude so epic that he gets 3 names instead of 2. Other than this novel, I have no idea what Mr. Wagner has worked on. I decided to read David Drake's blog, and David Drake talks a bit about Mr. Wagner. There was some drama with him, to say the least, and the drama behind this novel is considerable, and is worth looking up in detail on David Drake's blog. But in short, it looks like Mr. Wagner was trying to jerk Mr. Drake around in the worst possible way, i.e. he stole an earlier version of David Drake's story, and then complained about the writer's credit on this book, and then he wasn't able to meet some writing deadlines. According to the blog, however, it seems that a few cool scenes were added due to Wagner, so he did indeed help the overall novel's quality despite his rather, shall we say, jerky behavior. The rather straightforwardly named Killer was published way back in 1985 and features a 31% different xenomorph making her way to Rome. The primary protagonists are a beast catcher named Lycon and a beast dealer named Vonones. And if I mispronounce that name, excuse me, I only speak the honeyed tones of freedom, thank you very much. The novel starts up with Vonones showing Lycon a new acquisition, a Sauropithecus, or lizard ape, aka the 41.9% different xenomorph. The beast is driving the entire beast holding facility nuts due to its alien nature. It is being held inside of a welded cage due to its sheer lethality. Vonones figures he will make some major dosh, having the beastie fight in the Flavian Amphitheater. You know where all this is going, right? Vonones is an idiot and thinks that the welded cage is way too much, and puts the lizard ape in a wooden cage. And wouldn't you know it, Xenokong Country bursts out and goes on a rampage. Vonones gets into serious trouble with the Roman Emperor, and Lycon gets roped in to help recapture the Sauropithecus. The lizard ape is more or less a xenomorph on a budget. Rather than being a midnight black beast with a rather phallic-shaped head, it looks more or less like a blue-scaled humanoid. Nice and cheap. It has all the strengths of a xenomorph sans the acid for blood, but it makes up for this with a major league healing factor. Lycon first brings in some dudes with spears and some dogs. The 39.5% different xenomorph shreds the dogs and escapes. Later, Lycon unleashes a tiger, and it actually tracks down the foul 38% different xenomorph because it hates it so much. An epic battle ensues, and Lycon thinks that there is a double kill, but wouldn't you know it, the Sauropithecus is still on the loose. As the novel progresses, we see that the donkey lizard Kong is actually of human-level intelligence. It disguises itself with a cloak, TMNT style, and it remembers. The novel introduces another faction into the mix. We got even more foul Xenos. Intelligent ones. Advanced ones. Civilized ones? The rulers of the galaxy tap a right bastard named Rai Rili, hell, he even sounds like an asshole, to track down the lizard ape. The big boys of the galaxy mostly follow a version of the Prime Directive and don't like to interfere with developing planets. Rai Rili is more or less an interstellar freelancer, aka total dick. He is responsible for smuggling the Sauropithecus to Earth in the first place, and when he gets the mission to track it down and kill it, he plans to keep it alive and use Earth as a breeding ground for more lizard apes, or as the foul xenogens call them, files. Riberly gets a rubber forehead glued on, and he goes in amongst the humans and disguises himself as an Egyptian. Hey, it must not be that hard. Sean Connery, rip, did it. Riberly goes to the Roman Emperor and sells his services as a beast catcher, and even becomes Lycon's boss in a total dick move. Now, we have multiple plot threads all ending in potential death. Lycon and Big V are facing being thrown in the arena if they can't find the lizard ape fast enough. R'lyeh wants to destroy the Earth, and Thin Lizzy also wants to destroy the Earth as well, because just like the Xenomorph, the Files breed prodigiously, although they don't need one host per egg, thus making them even more dangerous. A lizard ape infant can become deadly in just a few days, and there are no natural predators for them on Earth. Are Lycon and Venonez bad enough Romans to save the Earth? Killer is truly a killer book. It's short and simple and to the point, but never feels incomplete. The horror is legitimately scary, and the action is fast-paced and brutal. The characters are by far my favorite aspect of the book. Lycon is heroic from a certain point of view. He is a beast catcher and a former gladiator. He is a warrior and thus lives to fight, but he genuinely cares about his family and wants them to do well. But he cares about them in a warrior way. He fears that his wife is cheating on him, and if he finds out that she is, he intends to kill the guy she is cheating on him with. But he genuinely comes off as a guy doing his best in difficult situations, and we should also remember that he is from ancient Rome, and he has very different values from us in the 21st century. And Lycon is suitably hardcore in the book, but he's never evil, and he never screws anyone over, and in his time he would have been seen as a pretty good guy, and really throughout the novel he's just trying to stay alive. Venonez is trying to run a business, but he pays what he owes and never runs out on Lycon even when the chips are down. And yes, like with Lycon, he is trying to not die. Riberly is a right bastard and acts just like the Romans do because when in Rome. He thinks to himself about how primitive the Romans are even though he sells sapient beings just like they do. And he makes for a villain you love to hate. And I think he is an allegory for how people of the future view people of the past. People of the future think they're so much better than people of the past, even though they can do bad things just like people of the past did. The lizard ape is an interesting villain. It is completely self-centered and lives only to conquer. But is it any more evil than any of the other characters? She is just trying to survive after all. Killer might have a straightforward title, but it does get the old mind a-running. The Emperor also plays a role as a minor villain, and is utterly loony, and in my opinion, the only completely evil character in the book, in that he loves death and destruction and actually harms people because he finds it enjoyable. All told, this is a novel of the highest order, and without a doubt, is Alpha Prime quality. It was so Alpha Prime that I remembered most of the plot details after reading it only once 15 years ago. And this is a novel that I cannot recommend enough. And so, this is General Utz wishing you good Bruenor the Bounty Hunter and good Drachenfels, or whatever makes you happy. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and if you can, please consider supporting me on Patreon so that I can continue bringing you this great content. Alright, time for a midnight raid on the Lizard Ape's hideout. Lycon, Venonez, and Riberly attack the Xeno's hideout, only to find that it's not there, but all of its young is, and they have to fight them off. Riberly shows that he has some magical powers, aka blasters. The Xeno does show up for a little bit, but it ends up escaping and, well, our dream team ends up burning down an entire building. But, oh well. And due to this, our heroes get into, shall we say, a bit of trouble, and Lycon and his entire family get thrown into jail, and potentially they will all go to the arena. And, well, they don't make it that far because it gets worse. The File knows who Lycon is and sees him as a kindred spirit. But, despite this, Lycon just burnt her young, and thus it wants some revenge! It finds Lycon and kills his entire family in front of him. This is, to say the least, rather hardcore and very disturbing. But Lycon and Venonez are given one more chance to take down the Lizard Ape, and Lycon, now powered by rage, uses cunning and skill to trap the File and kill it. But what of Riley? Well, alien bastard gets his just desserts. He gets wounded in the fight between Lycon and the lizard ape, and Lycon and Vonones disguise him as the lizard ape and get him put into the arena, where he is promptly eaten by a tiger. Vonones gets a permit to trade with Rome, and Lycon heads out to try and put his life back together. The end. And what an ending! The bad guys get their just reward, and our heroes get theirs. I really like the fact that Lycon gets a second chance at life after his family is killed, as most works would have just had him die fighting the foul midnight blue beast from beyond the stars. Instead, we, the reader, get to wonder just what sort of trouble he gets up to after the novel ends.